And so all Israel shall be saved, as it is written.
Right.
There shall come out of Zion the deliverer, and shall turn away ungodliness from Jacob.
Right.
For this is my covenant unto them.
You wanted us to break that down?
Yeah, right.
All Israel is going to be saved? Okay, no problem. Give me the book of Matthew, chapter 5.
Okay.
Right? Start at 18. Right? Give me the book of Isaiah, chapter 45, and verse 17.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 18. For verily I said
Give me
to
the book
you,
of Ezekiel, chapter 18.
till
verse 15.
heaven and earth pass,
Right?
one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law,
Meaning nothing's going to pass from the law. Everything's going to be fulfilled. Read.
till all be fulfilled.
Right?
Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least
Now,
commandments,
who breaks one of these least commandments? Jake popping willies, smoking weed. You got Creflo Dollar, TD Jakes. You got all of these people in the world doing God knows what, right? Raping, robbing, and shit, murdering, right? If they break one of these least commandments, and it could be a least commandment in somebody's opinion to shave their beard. They could be like, well, you know, I ain't murdering nobody.
Yeah.
You know how Jake view
Yeah.
things. They view it carnal.
Yeah,
If you break one of these least commandments,
and shall teach men so.
man, don't listen to these dudes on the corner. They telling you don't shave your beard, man. That's in the Old Testament. Read.
He shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven.
He shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. What does that mean? He's going to be called the least. Because there are offices in this thing, right?
Yeah.
Everything has an office. Now hold what you got, right? We're going to get the office. Give me Luke chapter 19, right? And start at 17. Right, what you holding?
It's the book of Luke, chapter
Yeah, so
19.
let me get this first.
All right,
Let me get these two precepts.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 18 and verse 5. Verse 4. Behold, all souls are
Hey,
mine.
the Lord said every single soul is his. Right? Now, ain't nothing going to be put out. Hold what you got. Give me the book of Proverbs, chapter 2 and verse 22. Ain't nothing going to be put out other than the so-called white man. So we have to keep coming back. The Lord created everything in 6 days and rested the seventh. Right? Right. So he's not up there working right now. He's sitting on his throne. So every soul, it's not being new souls made every single time, right? Somebody comes on earth. So they have to be regenerated. These souls aren't going to disappear and it just forever disappear, and the Lord's working and sweating in the kingdom. Right? All souls are mine.
All souls are mine. As the soul of the Father, so also the soul of the Son
Right,
is
because
mine.
we are our forefathers. As the soul of the Father, so is the soul of the Son. Rest what you got. Give me the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 11 and verse 28. And give me what you holding, King?
Isaiah 45, 17.
You could drop that. Give me the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12 and verse 7. Bring it out.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 11, verse 45.
28.
28, Salakia. Judge none, blessed before his death.
Right?
For a man shall be known in his
What
children.
does it mean a man shall be known in his children? Because we are our forefathers. Right? You may be looking at one of the multitudes that walk with Yahweh Shai right now, man. Right? Could be you, brother. We don't know. But we are our forefathers. And those same spirits, they come back on earth. Right? And the time what you got, the Egyptian captivity, the Assyrian captivity, right? The Babylonian captivity, all of these different captivities, you had a reign of prophets at the time. Right? Just like in the Persians and Medo captivity. You got Hagar, you got Jerubbaal, you got Joshua, right? You got all of these mighty men, and they were prophesying around this time, right? Ezra, Nehemiah, and those same men are back on the earth now. The prophets have reigned, right, in captivities, and now they're back. Like that great awakening that happened in what, like the 60s? And now look at us now. You got brothers down here, you got brothers in Detroit, Alabama, right, all over, right? Just like it was in the ancient world. When Isaiah walked the earth, and Jeremiah walked the earth, and Judas, right? All of these people was walking the earth at this time, right? So rest what you got, right? Bring it out. Ecclesiastes, chapter.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12 and verse 7.
Right.
Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was,
Right.
and the spirit shall return unto God who gave it.
Right. So everything happens in a circle. Everything is in regeneration. Give me Ecclesiastes 1 and 4. Right. Give me the book of Malachi, chapter 4, and start at verse 4.
It's Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and verse 4.
Right.
One generation passeth away,
Right. That generation is passed away.
and another generation cometh.
It cometh. It's that same generation that passed away. What you holding, King?
I got Proverbs.
Here you go, rest right there. Give me the book, right, of Mark chapter 9 and verse 1. One generation cometh, one generation passeth away.
But the earth abideth forever.
Right, so these generations, they coming back on the earth every single day. Every single day, somebody coming back on the earth, back on the earth. Bring it up.
It's the book of Mark, chapter 9 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
And he said unto
Now
them,
we just read about those generations that come back.
verily I say unto you, that there be some of them that stand here.
Now is Yahushua, like on a deeper level, he's talking to Pacific men. We reading this in the spirit, but he's talking to Pacific men. These men aren't 3,000 years old. These men aren't 500 years old. Right, read that again.
Mark chapter 9 and verse 1. And he said unto them, verily I say unto you, that there be some of them that stand
There
here,
be some of them that stand here.
which shall not taste of death.
Now, why is the Lord saying that these men are not going to taste death? Because they're going to come back. And their spirit is always going to bear witness with the truth. They will always have a quickening spirit, and they will always be alive. Because what happens when you was in the world? Right? You was a thief, a murderer, you smoking weed, not you per se, but anybody, you know what I'm saying? And then what? The spirit hit you like a ton of bricks and you woke up. You was made a quickening spirit and made alive. And the Lord is saying there be some of you standing here which shall not taste death
Till they have seen the kingdom of Yahweh come with power.
until they have seen the Lord with the millions of chariots come. Right? So the point of the matter is generations are coming back on the earth. These men and these souls are in a cycle, day in and day night. Give me the book of Malachi.
The book of Malachi, chapter 4, verse 4.
Bring it out.
Remember ye the law of Moses,
Right, remember the law of Moses. Give me the book of John. So like in Matthew 11 and 13. Read.
my servant, which I commanded unto him in Horeb,
Right.
for all Israel, with the statutes and judgments. Behold, I will send you Elijah the
He
prophet.
said, I will send you Elijah the prophet. Now we know that Elijah didn't die. He got beamed up in 2 Kings 2 and 10. Bring that out, King. 2 Kings 2 and 10. Right? And we're going to show you these things, how he came back on earth. Right?
It's the book of 2 Kings, chapter 2 and verse 10.
Right? You start at verse 9.
Verse 9, and it came to pass when they were gone over that Elijah said unto Elisha, ask what I shall do for thee
See, he was on such a spiritual level, he already knew he was going to get beamed up. Read.
before I be taken away from thee.
Right?
And Elisha said, I pray thee, let a double portion of thy spirit be upon me.
Right, that's all I want. I don't want $1 million. I don't want wisdom. Right, I just want your spirit. You want fire. Right, you know how to pray. You know how to fast. You know how to lead. You know how to prophesy. You know how to slay. Right, the heathens. Read.
And he said, thou hast asked a hard thing.
Right.
Nevertheless, if thou see me when I am taken from thee, it shall be so unto thee.
Right.
But if not, it shall not be so.
Right.
And it came to pass, as they still went on and talked,
That what?
that behold, there appeared a chariot of fire and horses of fire, and parted them both asunder.
Right, so the point of the matter is Elijah up in the third heaven right now. But he's coming back because the Lord just said in Malachi that he's going to send you Elijah again. Right? Like, give me that in the book of Matthew.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 11 and verse 13.
Right. Give me the book
For
of Matthew,
all the prophets
17 and 10.
and the law prophesied unto John.
Until John,
And if ye will receive
if
it,
you will receive it,
this is Elias, which was for to come.
Right, this was Elijah, which was for to come. Because he told him he was coming back on earth.
Right.
We literally read that in Malachi, right? But then the 2 Kings, he got beamed up. But then the prophecy came to pass that he came back, which was John the Baptist. So these men and these spirits are always coming back on earth. This brother could be somebody, right? This brother could be somebody. We don't know who we are back on earth, right? Read on.
He that hath ears to hear, let him hear.
That's why he said, he that have ears to hear, let him hear. Don't you know Judas is back on earth that betrayed Yahushua? He's probably in the truth right now.
Right.
Ready to damn get on a brother when all hell break loose and cast him out. Yeah, this is where this brother lives, right? He lives on a 1500 block of this street, right? And you're pointing him out. That same spirit, right, that is wicked, right, is coming back on earth. That same spirit that is righteous, that is a prophet, is coming back on earth. Give me the book, right, of 1 Corinthians 14 and verse 32, right?
Spirits multiply, right?
Say it again.
Those spirits multiply, right? Because it's
you
more
mean
than
by
one
multi-
Judas.
What you mean multiply?
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Oh,
like,
no,
it's
no.
more-
That,
like,
they don't multiply. Hold what you got. Hold on. Let me get this precept real fast. Bring it out. Salaki, I want this. Matthew.
The book of Matthew, chapter 17, verse 10.
Right?
And his disciples asked him, saying, why then say the scribes of Elias must first come?
Right. Why are they saying he's going to come? Right, in Malachi. Read.
And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Elias truly shall first come and restore all things.
Right.
But I say unto you that Elias is come already.
They say he came already. Because his spirit came back on earth, read.
And they knew him not.
They didn't know who he is. I didn't look like this in the ancient world. Lord willing, I was taller, right? Bigger beard, right? We don't know how we look. This brother could be 7 feet tall, right? We don't know, right? But that's why he said, hey, we don't know these things. Read that again.
But I say unto you that Elias has come already, and they know him not.
Right? They didn't know him not. He didn't have the same voice. He didn't have the same length, the same weight. Read.
But have done unto him whatsoever they listed.
Meaning they killed him, right?
Likewise shall also the Son of Man suffer of them.
Right. So he came back. That's just another account. Now give me the book, right, of Ephesians chapter 4 and verse 4. Now you have wicked spirits that are on the earth, right? But then you have that spirit that's subject unto that mind. Bring that on, 1 Corinthians 14.
It's the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 14 and verse 32.
Bring it out.
And the spirit of the prophets.
Hey, it says the spirits of the prophets. You may be a prophet, brother. Now you can't wake up and do what you want to do. And the Lord will jack your spirit up and make you go prophesy. Right? Give me that in the book of Jeremiah chapter 1 and verse 17. He'll say, you know what? You was once smoking weed. You was once riding dirt bikes. Right? You was once doing whatever you was doing in the world. I'm about to turn up your spirit and make you prophesy. Now the spirits of the prophets
are subject to the prophet.
Meaning you have to be a prophet. If you was a prophet in the ancient world, you a prophet back now. Right? If you was a wholesome woman back in the ancient world, you a wholesome woman now. Right? If you was a wicked man in the ancient world, you's a wicked man now. Right? Bring it up.
It's the book of Jeremiah chapter 1 and verse 17.
That's what the Lord told Jeremiah.
Thou therefore gird up thy loins.
Hey, girt yourself up. Get ready for war. Read.
And arise and speak unto them all that I command thee.
Right?
And be not dismayed at their faces.
If Jeremiah was dismayed at their faces, meaning he was kind of scratching his head, I don't know about this thing. It's too many of them. I don't have a camp. I don't have brothers. We don't have fancy posters. Right? Read.
Least I confound thee before them.
Hey, the Lord said he was going to confound Jeremiah before the whole congregation if he got scared. So the Lord could jack you up, man, if you ain't doing his will, man. Right? So you got to be subject to whatever the Lord put in your spirit. Give me that in Ephesians 4 and 4, that it's only one spirit. And give me the book, right, of Ecclesiastes, chapter 8 and verse 8.
The book of Ephesians, chapter 4, verse 4.
Right?
There's one body and one spirit.
So there's one spirit. Right? I know you said like it multiplies, but you have a specific spirit. This brother's specific spirit was from old. But you have his spirit, right, which is, you know, brothers keeping the commandments all throughout us. Right? Read on.
Even as ye are called in the hope of your calling.
Right, so you got one spirit. You don't have 15 spirits, right? Unless you're a wicked man that the spirits hop on you. Yeah. But you have one soul, right, in that spirit. You understand?
Yeah. I was saying like it could be more than one person with the spirit of Judas on him.
Yeah, it could be.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
betrayal.
That's what I meant.
Yeah. Give me the book of Matthew, chapter 26, and start at 13.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 26, and verse 13.
Right?
It's like 14.
Right?
Then one of the 12, called Judas Iscariot, went unto the chief priests and said unto them, what will you give me? And I will deliver him unto you.
He was a traitor. What you going to give me and I'm going to deliver him unto you? That same man is back on this earth. That same thief, that same man with that wicked understanding. Right, you know what? I ain't really rooted in this thing. And when all hell break loose, I'll probably point somebody out for real. You know, people feel like that for real. Yes. Hey, brothers ain't going to admit it. And you got to be some type of strong in this thing to be really ready to die for the Lord. Yeah. I mean, brothers say that now. Brothers is mighty now. But when all hell break loose, and ain't no cameras, and ain't no men, nobody uplifting you, everybody going to crack except for the true men of the Lord. Right, Vidal?
And they covenant with him for 30 pieces of silver.
Right, for 30 pieces of silver, man. That's what they betrayed the Lord for. You got people in the world, right, they down portraying you for what? Your new Jordans you just got. They kick down your door because they know you got a new Rolex. They know you got a chain. I know he got it. I seen him counting money. I followed them home. Read.
And from that time, he sought opportunity to betray him.
He sought opportunity to betray him. Imagine hanging with somebody and they seeking your downfall. And you don't. I mean, he knew it, but you may not know it, right? I mean, this brother hanging with you every day just to overthrow you, man. And that spirit is back on the earth. We see it every day. We see it every day. The brother got shot down in the streets, right? This brother finessed him, right? Kicked down his door, found out he wasn't home. It was a damn song on the internet, said, don't ask me where I am, because I'm alive from now on. And he's saying that to his homeboys, because I can't trust nobody. Don't ask me where I am from now on, because I'm alive. but he made it rhyme, but I don't know the rhyme. You know what I'm saying? And that's that. I mean, you hanging with people that you can't even trust, right? Read on.
Now the first day of the feast of unleavened bread.
Right, so that was the point, man. So them spirits is back on earth. You got wicked men in this thing, man. Right? Give me the book of Isaiah chapter 49, right? And start at verse 3. Right, so you was preordained to do these things. Give me the book of Romans, right? Chapter 8, verse 29. Give me the book of Ephesians chapter 1 and verse 3. Whoever got it first.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 49 and verse 3.
Right?
And say unto me, Thou art my servant, O Israel, in whom I will be glorified. Then I said, I have labored in vain. I have spent my strength for naught and in vain. Yet surely my judgment is with the Lord, and my work with Yahweh.
Right?
And now, saith the Lord, that formed me from the
They
womb
say he formed them from the womb.
to be his servant.
Now to be a nigga.
To be his servant.
He physically formed Isaiah from the womb just to be his servant. So the Lord may make you out to be a prophet, a counselor, man that has faith, a Pacific warrior, a leader, a judge, a captain. The Lord will mold you up, right, to specifically do an office. Read.
To bring Jacob again to him. Though Israel be not gathered, yet shall I be glorious in the eyes of the Lord, and my God shall be my strength.
There you go. Bring that up, Ken.
The book of Romans chapter 8 verse 29.
Right.
For whom he did foreknow, he also did predestinate.
What does that mean? He foreknew them. Hey, the Lord knows all the spirits, but he mean you was with me all the way back then. I foreknew you. You walk with me, right? Give me the book of 1 John chapter 1 and verse 1. Read on.
To be conformed to the image of his son.
Right, that image is coming in the name of the Lord, keeping the commandments, girding yourself, being on fire. Who he foreknew, he predestinate to the image of the Lord. Read.
That he might be the firstborn among many brethren.
Right?
Moreover, whom did he predestinate? Them he also called, and whom he called, them he also justified.
Right.
And whom he justified, them he also glorified. What shall we say then to these things? If God be for us, who can be against us?
And who can be against us in this thing, man? Because we were predestinated to do this. Give me the book right aside, chapter 47 and verse 1. Bring that up.
This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 1 and verse 3.
Right?
Blessed be the God and Father of our Lord, Yahweh HaMashiach, who have blessed us with all spiritual blessings in the heavenly places in Hamashiach.
Right?
According as he have chosen us in him before the foundation of the world,
Right?
that we should be holy and without blame before him in love.
So we can't be niggas if we even wanted to, man. If we wanted to damn smoke crack, we can't. If we wanted to eat pork, we can't. Because the Lord jacked up our spirits, twisted it up in righteousness, man, to serve him, man. Right? Now we don't know our lost end, our lots. A brother could turn back in the world, but as of right now, all of the mighty men are standing firm in this thing to the end.
That's right.
Read on.
Verse 5, having predestinated us.
He said he predestinated certain men in this thing, man. And that's beautiful, man. Brother could break down and cry hearing that, man. That you understand the precepts. Hey, the Lord says straight up and down, these men that he foreknew, they're going to bear witness to this truth, man. You got all of these jakes out here running to and fro, lost as hell, but you could break down the Bible. You have the spirit of fearing you for the Lord, man. You have the knowledge of truth. You know how to go into the prophecies because the Lord knows your spirit, brother. It came back on earth because you was of old following him. Read on.
Having predestinated us unto the adoption of children by Yahweh HaMashiach to himself, according to the good pleasure of his will.
Right, give me the book of Sirach. You can rush right there. Give me the book of Sirach 47 verse 1.
The book of Sirach, chapter 47, verse 1.
Right, now this is going back into all Israel being saved, right?
And after him rose up Nathan to prophecy in the time of David,
Right.
as is the fat taken away from the peace offering.
Right.
So was David chosen out of the children of Israel.
No, 46.
Verse 40, Sirach, chapter 46, verse 1.
Right.
Yahushai, the son of Nave, was valiant in wars.
Right.
and was the successor of Moses in prophecies,
Right, talking about Joshua. Right, read on.
who according to his name was made great for the saving of the elect of God.
They say he saved the elect of God. Now, what was going on? Give me the book of Numbers, right? Chapter 27 and verse 15. What was going on when that time? Why is he saying he saved the elect of God? Does that mean Joshua just tapped in the spirit? He just was like, all right, y'all men go over there, and I'm just going to save the elect. But he's talking about all of Israel. All of Israel was called the elect. Right, bring it up.
It's the book of Numbers, chapter 27 and verse 15.
Right?
And Moses spake unto the Lord, saying, let the Lord, the God of the spirit of all flesh,
Hey, the spirits of all flesh.
set a man over the congregation.
No, just some of the congregation.
Set a man over the
This
congregation,
man that's been set over the congregation is Joshua. So that same man, which is Joshua, saved the elect, which is all of Israel. You know?
which may go out before them, and which may go in before them, and which may lead them out, and which may bring them in.
Right?
That the congregation of the Lord be not as sheep with have no shepherd.
Right?
And the Lord said unto Moses, take thee Joshua, the son of Nun, a man in whom is the spirit, and lay thy hand upon him,
Right? He was on fire. He had the spirit in the Lord of him, man. Read.
and set him before Eleazar the priest, and before all the congregation, and give him a charge in their sight. And thou shalt put some of thine honor upon him, that all the congregation
That all the congregation
of the children of Israel may be obedient.
may be obedient.
That's right.
All the congregation. And what was that congregation called? The elect. And the Lord is coming to save the elect. Right? Maybe the 2/3 may be put to death, but those spirits are going to come back on earth. Every spirit is going to come back on earth, but Esau. Right? After 1,000 years. Give me the book of Proverbs, chapter 2 and verse 22. Right? That's the only thing in the Bible, the only person in the Bible and nation that's going to utterly be wiped out. Right? We're going to always come back on the earth. Right? You got it.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 2 and verse 22.
Right?
But the wicked shall be cut off from the earth.
Right? And who is the wicked? Esau. Right? But the wicked, the so-called white man, he going to be cut off the earth. He going to be chopped down. Right? Read.
And the transgressors shall be rooted out of it.
What does it mean when you root something out? It's out of that soil. It has no more water, no more nutrients. It can't grow. It can't get rooted in this thing. It got rooted out. And that's how the Lord going to get down. Right? As you want brothers to break down the rest of Romans, the 11th chapter, or just that?
Oh, no, that
Is that on that?
yeah, that,
Okay, Con, just making sure. Right, so you understand who the elect.
yeah. I'm
Right.
studying some more when I watch
Con,
the video.
give me the book of 2nd John, chapter 1 and 1. And give me the book of 1 John 1 and 1.
It's the book of 2 John, chapter 1 and verse 1.
That's what the Lord said.
The elder unto the elect lady.
The what?
The elder unto the elect lady.
The elect lady is all of Israel, right? Joshua, that had the spirit on him over the whole congregation, saved the elect. And the Lord is writing to John, right? So like you're writing to the nation of Israel through the hand of John, right? And saying to the elect, oh, you got the elect lady. Really? You got that boxing demon on. Right.
And her children,
And her children, right?
whom I love in the truth,
Hey, the Lord loves us, man. We the elect, right?
That's
the whole
right.
nation. Read.
and not I only, but also all they that have known the truth.
And we know the truth, right? Straight like that. Now you have an elect inside of an elect, right? Give me that in the book of Revelation, 7 to verse 4. Right, so there's multitudes and classes in this thing. Give me the book of Luke, chapter 19 and verse 17, right? And give me the book of Hosea, chapter 3 and verse 5. Bring it up.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 7 and verse 4.
Right.
And I heard the number of them which were sealed,
That were sealed.
and there were sealed 144,000.
So you always have classes in a class. Everybody may be in English class, but do you have people that excel above the rest of the class? These are the elect inside of the elect that's going to excel in this thing. Predestined on a certain level to be the mightiest men walking the earth. 12,000 from each tribe. Right? And when you read down, that's 12,000 from each tribe. You can rest right there. Bring that up.
The book of Luke, chapter 19, verse 17.
Right?
And he said unto him, well, thou good servant, because thou hast been faithful in a very little, have thou authority over 10 cities.
Now, a little nigga is not going to have authority over 10 cities. Right, Salaki? Have authority over 10 cities. The least in the kingdom is not going to raise up out of nowhere and just start telling nations what to do. Having his old cities, having 10 of them and ruling over them. That's not going to happen. It's going to have classes in this thing. Now, we just read and had the understanding that all Israel is the elect, but you got elect inside of the elect. And these is the elect inside of the elect that's going to have power to do these things. Right, read on.
And the second came, saying, Lord, thy pound hath given 5 pounds, have gained 5 pounds. And he said likewise to him, be thou also over 5 cities.
Over 5 cities, read.
And another came, saying, Lord.
Can you imagine being Lord over 5 cities? Right. What about that brother that got a snotty nose? He always late for work. He barely putting gas in his car. He keep forgetting. You think the Lord is going to give him the responsibility to rule and have everything in order? Did not the Lord say, let all things be done decency and in order? Now, if the brother can't even remember to tie his shoes, right? To damn wipe his ass and take a shower daily, how is he going to be Lord over 10 cities, man? It takes a strong man that's diligent in this thing, reading, praying, fasting, already lording over these damn nations right now, right? Getting in a position to do these things, man. Teaching, being diligent, and knowing the prophecies right now. What do they say when you show up to a job interview? You got to look the part. You got to already know what the hell is going on about that job that you want. You can't come in there, damn breath stink, right? Clothes wrinkled, right? And you yelling. They gonna tell you to leave, man. Right. So you gotta come before the Lord, right, humble, and already doing the office that these men are doing right now. Read on.
And another came, saying, Lord, behold, here is thy pound, which I have kept laid up in thy napkin.
Right.
For I fear thee, because thou art an austere man.
Thou art an austere man. Right? You can rest right there. But the point of the matter is these men are gonna be lords over 10 cities, man. Give me the book, right, of Matthew. Right, chapter 19 and 28. Bring it up.
It's the book of Hosea, chapter 3 and verse 4. For the children of Israel shall abide many days without a king, and without a prince, and without a sacrifice, and without an image, and without an ephod, and without teraphim. Afterward shall the children of Israel return and seek the Lord their God.
Hey, we're going to seek him in the latter days. Would you hold the king? All right, come. Right? We're going to seek him in the latter days in this thing, man. We're going to come back on the power. Right, read?
And David their king, and shall fear the Lord and his goodness in the latter days.
It's saying David their king, man. David going to be in the kingdom. Yahweh Shah going to be the king of kings. And the Most High going to be above all. Then you're going to have the 12 apostles, right? Then you're going to have 144,000. Then the 1/3. And then you're going to have the least in the kingdom, right? Now, they not going to have mansions like you. They're not going to have all of these things. But the Lord not going to have them broke so that they're in the midst that they might sin, even though we're going to be perfect when you're born again in the kingdom. Right? We're going to have the law, statutes, and commandments in our minds. But we're going to be least. Certain men are going to be least in the kingdom, man. They're not going to have the things that the 144,000 and the 1/3 have. Right? Bring that up. What you hold?
John.
You could bring that out. It's kind of late, but you could bring that out.
The book of 1 John, chapter 1, verse 1.
Right.
That which was from the beginning, which we have heard.
Hey, certain men heard things from the very beginning. Like, what does that mean? Does that mean we literally, right now, are 2,000 years old and we walk with the Lord? That's not physical. Meaning our spirits have heard the things from the very beginning. Even from the time of the Garden of Eden. Our spirits were here. And we bear witness immediately. Right, read?
Which we have seen with our eyes.
Right.
Which we have looked upon, and our hands have handled.
It said our hands have handled.
Of the word of life.
Meaning we had the commandments. We knew them. We literally grabbed staffs. We literally bared some brothers the Ark of the Covenant, man. Right? We literally held the tables, man. We literally knew the Lord, man.
Right.
Give me that in the book, right, of John chapter 10 and verse 22. You can bring that out, Ken.
Come on. It's the book of John, chapter 10 and verse 22.
Right? So like, yeah, 25.
Come on. 25. Yahweh shall answer them, I told you, and ye believe not. The works that I do in my Father's name, they bear witness of me. But ye believe not, because ye are not of my sheep.
Hey, you not of my sheep, read.
as I said unto you, my sheep hear my voice.
And the sheep hear the Lord's voice. When you hear these commandments, when you hear these prophecies and these parables, you know the Lord. You kind of be like, damn, that sound right. You see the brother kind of hopped on it immediately. He knew he was an Israelite. Immediately. It didn't take the brother long. You don't have to break him down in class and have the brother give him a quiz. He knew it immediately. Because he probably was walking with the Lord in the ancient world, man. We all have a set appointed time to wake up in His truth. Right, read on?
My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me. And I give unto them eternal life, and they shall never perish, neither shall any man pluck them out of my hand.
Ain't nobody's going to pluck us out the Lord's hand. Straight like that. Give me Matthew chapter 19 and verse 28.
Matthew chapter 19 and verse 28,
Right?
And Yahushua said unto them, verily I said to you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration,
If you follow me back in the ancient world, in the regeneration,
when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory.
and that's heavy, man. Because the Lord keeps telling you over and over, you followed me before. That's why you understand and bear witness to this truth so easy. I mean, you may have an 8th grade education. You may have just stopped smoking weed 5 months ago. Next thing you know, you breaking down prophecies, man. Next thing you know, man, you telling the so-called white man he's the devil that the Bible speaks of,
right.
man. You catching on fire, right? You stomping on damn Esau, right? All hell breaking loose in righteousness, read?
Ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones,
Hey, the Lord said you're going to sit upon 12 thrones, right? Talking to the disciples.
judging the 12 tribes of Israel.
So he told them straight up and down, you got the kingdom. And you're going to judge the nation of Israel in righteousness. Give me the book of Matthew chapter 8 and verse 11. Read.
And every one that have forsaken houses,
Hey, everybody has to forsake something in this truth. Maybe your family, right? Friends, right? Your damn mother, your father, maybe your children, man. You got to forsake this thing, man. That's why we got to follow the Lord wheresoever He goes. He was out in the middle of the sea. Hey, we got to follow Him in the middle of the sea. No matter if we can't see, it's dark, it's cold, it's the 4th watch. It don't matter what the hell going on. Read.
or brethren, or sisters,
Right.
or father,
Right.
or mother, or wife, or children, or lands, for my name's sake,
So what?
shall receive an hundredfold.
100-fold. Now those men that are going to be least in the kingdom, they're not going to receive that 100-fold. Those are only certain men that's actually doing the commandments. So there's offices in this thing, you know?
And shall inherit everlasting life. But many that are first shall be last.
Now you got a lot of men in this thing, they want to be first now. They want their cake and eat it too. They want damn Teresa Ronda, right? The damn DMX song, man. Right? What's the joint called?
What they want from it.
Yeah, what they want from it. You know what I'm saying? They want all of them right now. Right? See, I met her at the ice cream party, right?
3 kills.
Damn. See? Read.
Come. And the last shall be first.
And the last gonna be first, man. Are we the last? We the butt end of the jokes all the time. Right? You got Mike Ep, he did a so-called comedy. You seen it? He was acting like a Hebrew Israelite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang,
We the
really?
butt end- yeah. He was like, y'all brothers and y'all did it. And it's such a white man. Like, just playing games, man. The Lord gonna put him to death, man.
Right.
Got a whole movie. Ricky Harris did
He
that.
died. Yeah.
See?
The other guy that was with him.
See? Hey, the Lord put him to death. What you say?
They got a whole movie about it on Hulu.
About what?
Mocking us.
Oh, yeah? What's the name of it?
I can't. I'm gonna look it up. I can't remember the name of it, but it's a whole movie where they mocking us.
I think I've seen it.
I saw it today.
Yeah, it's like 3 people.
comedy?
Remember, yeah,
3 people in the congregation. Yeah, I've seen it.
Ah, they
They
see
go
that?
around telling white people they the devil and everything.
I gotta watch that. See?
Yeah,
And
it's
the
Mike
first,
Epps.
the first gonna be last, and the last gonna be first, man. And that's prophecy, man. This is gonna come to pass. While it may seem like brothers ain't reaping everything right now, we're gonna reap 100-fold in the kingdom, man.
That's right.
And we believe that, man. Right? Don't you believe that, brother?
Come.
See? Hey, don't you believe that, brother?
Come.
See? Hey, we believe that up here. I know you believe that, brother.
That's right.
That's why you still out here, man.
That's right.
And that's why we all out here, man, doing
Right.
the work of the Lord, man. Because it's literally, give me that in 1 Corinthians, right? 15 and 58, right? If we didn't believe this, we wouldn't be out in the cold, man. We wouldn't be laboring. We wouldn't be studying to show ourselves approved, man. Right, bring it up.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 15, verse 48.
58.
58.
Bring it out.
Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable.
Now, the Lord not telling us this because he just wants to, read.
always abounding in the work
You
of
gotta
the Lord.
always abound in the work of the Lord, man. People get lazy in this truth. They want to study for a little bit, right? They want to go over a precept or two. They want to watch a video. That's not laboring and that's not studying. Read.
For as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord.
Your labor is not in vain in the Lord. So whatever you put in, brother, hey, you laying up spiritual riches in high places, man. And the Lord is going to give you that back. When you putting in all of these seeds in the Lord's vineyard and all of this fruit is bringing forth, you may not be able to see it. You may teach one brother and then that brother kind of disappeared, right? He moved to LA and then started camp. And then they get mighty. And then you kind of start watching them on YouTube and getting edified, not even remembering that brother's face that you the one that told him that, right? Through the Spirit of the Lord. So everything is going to be made manifest in the last days by the men putting the work in for the Lord. And whatever the Lord did, hey, brother, we're going to have to do it, right? And the Lord got beat up, right? He got spit on, he got jumped. And that's what's going to happen in his last days, man, right? We're reading about the Lord. And let's get into accounts of the Lord, man. Let's jump in the Gospels, right? Give me the book of Matthew, chapter 26, unless a brother had a question.
I had a question too, but I guess it's pertaining to when Yahweh Shah was, when Peter defended Yahweh Shah and chopped off the ear of the soldier.
Right.
And I know that was God's will as far as, it was God's will for Yahweh Shah to be put to death. But was that wrong for Peter to defend?
He acted presumptuously.
Okay.
Right? He should have hold fast. Give me the book of Psalms chapter 27 and verse 14. This is what the Lord said.
The book of Psalms, chapter 27, verse 14. Wait on the Lord.
What the Lord say?
Wait on the Lord.
What the Lord say?
Wait on the Lord.
You gotta wait on the Lord, man. It's a time and a place. Give me that in the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3 and verse 1. Read on.
Be of good courage, and he shall strengthen thine heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord.
What the Lord say?
Wait, I say, on the
The
Lord.
Lord said it again, man. Wait, I say on the Lord, man. We can't pull out our damn staves and swords and go try to hunt the so-called white man right now. That would be out of order, right? Now, all hell may break loose. I may get stomped out and these brothers get mad and they want justice right now. The Spirit kind of hop on them and they want to do some things. But they got to wait, I say, on the Lord, man. Bro, I'll be heartbroken if something happened to my brothers, man. And I may, hey, Lord willing, I have the Spirit, kind of rest down and I don't do nothing too hasty, man. But a Spirit hop on you and you want justice, man, immediately, man.
Right.
And Peter just hey, he should have waited on the Lord. Now that when you go into that account, he said, man, look, straight up and down, don't you think I can't have a legion of angels come and protect me? Right? Hey, you got to hold this thing down. Everything is of the Father. Bring that up, Kenan.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3 and verse 1, right? To everything there is a season and a time.
Right, so everything is a season and a time. It's a time for us to wake up in this truth. It's a time for brothers to fall out this truth, man. Read.
And a time to every purpose under the heaven.
Right, so it wasn't that time for him to do that, right? We were under the Roman Empire, right? We were under the powers that be, the so-called white man, and we had to deal with it. Right, read on. Salaki, give me the book of John chapter 19 and verse number 6.
The book of John, chapter 19, verse 6.
Right?
When the chief priests, therefore, and officers saw him, they cried out, saying, Crucify him, crucify him. Pilate saith unto them,
Right, Pilate, the so-called white man.
Take ye him, and crucify him, for I find no fault in him. The Jews answered him, We have a law, and by our law he ought to die.
He ought to die.
Because he made himself the Son of God.
Right?
When Pilate therefore heard that saying, he was the more afraid, and went again to the judgment hall,
right?
And saith unto Yahushua, Whence art thou? But Yahushua gave him no answer.
Whence art thou? Meaning, who are you? Read.
But Yahushua gave him no answer. Then saith Pilate unto him, Speakest thou not unto me?
Right, what you not answering me for?
Knowest thou not that I have power?
That I have power
to crucify thee?
That what?
To crucify thee?
To crucify thee. Meaning the Lord put the power in the white man's hands for the time that be, right? For that have to have dominion. So Peter was out of order for doing that, because the so-called white man was reigning just like he is now on the left-hand side. Read on.
and have power to release thee?
But what the Lord say?
Yahushua answered, thou couldst have no power
Hey, you can't have no damn power.
at all against me, except it were given thee from above.
Straight like that, meaning the Most High gives you the power, man. So Peter was out of line for doing that, to answer your question, right? Because the Lord is going to put that power on certain brothers in that day to execute the vengeance, right? So you don't need to act presumptuously, that Nat Turner spirit. Then you end up hanged up, right? Body chopped in a million pieces, man. End up in a damn zoo, right? What's going on, brother?
So I kind of got two questions. One, real quick. So say I'm standing here and I'm looking for a book, and Jake kind of riding by on a bike trying to do the little swear thing. He kind of hit me. Would I be wrong for kind of what's the word? Acting on it?
Retaliate.
Retaliate. Would I be wrong for retaliating? Because he kind of
What you mean by retaliate?
like he
Smacking him out?
yeah.
Yeah, that's
I didn't want to get
Yeah, that's wrong. Salaki, let me answer his question real fast. Give me the book of 1 Kings, chapter 12, and verse 24. Right? See?
Hey, that's kind of
Hey, brother, trust me. Trust
know.
me, brother. Right.
The book of 1 Kings, chapter 12, verse 24. Thus saith the Lord, ye shall not go up, nor fight against your brethren.
So we can't fight against our brethren, right? Now, if a brother kind of damn binds you up and start beating you down, you got to defend yourself. You can't be a damn punching bag or a doormat or a damn before you go into the house, right? That's not you. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, hey, if you can avoid a situation, you should avoid it, right? Read on.
Your brethren, the children of Israel.
Not the whole world, the children of Israel. So don't go up to fight against your brethren of the children of Israel. What the children of Israel do?
Return every man to his house.
Meaning go home, man. Leave this matter alone. It's not that serious.
For this thing is from me.
Meaning I ordained it. This is a law. Don't go up and fight your brothers, man. Read.
They hearken therefore to the word of the Lord,
They listen, right?
and return to depart according to the word of the Lord.
Meaning they stepped off. They left it alone. Right? This brother bumped me. Hey, man. Brother, come on, brother. If you hear the matter, cool. If you don't, walk away. Right? Bring it up, Ken.
This is Romans chapter 12, verse 18. If it be possible, as much as lieth in you, live peaceably with all men.
Hey, that's a good precept, man. Because you gotta live peaceably out here with all men, right? You can't be that brother that everybody got a problem with. You got a chip on your shoulder. You over righteous, right? You an asshole, man. You got brothers that's assholes. They'll come to camp. They'll go like this. They don't want to talk to nobody, right? They wear glasses, right? All out of order, right? They don't want to speak, right? They just assholes, man.
Right.
And you can't be like that in this thing, man. You gotta love your brothers, man.
Right.
You gotta be on fire in this thing, and you gotta love every brother the same, no respect to persons, man. Right? Give me the book. What you holding? Come on, give me the book. Right in Matthew, right, chapter 25 and verse 40. Because ultimately you're doing that to the Lord on a deeper level,
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 25 and verse 40.
right?
And the king shall answer and say unto them, Verily I say unto you, inasmuch as ye have done it unto one of the least of these my brethren, ye have done it unto me.
You have done it unto me. So you don't want to do that unto the Lord. We made in the Lord's image. Now at a set appointed time, you was that nigga. You was that dude in the streets. You was that dude with lack of understanding before the Lord woke you up. So that was out of his ignorance. You got a lot of people not in this truth. They just wicked, man. You can only imagine how wicked brothers was in the world. How the last thing they thinking about is telling you, I apologize. They won't give a damn about you. That's going to make them want to step on your shoe even harder and twist it next time, right? And make them get them creases out and damn pat your pockets, man. You're going to start a war, right? Your best bet is to walk away, man. And you understand the curses that were under some, you know. You got to be aware of those spirits hopping on. You know what I'm saying? What was the point?
On Monday night, you and Brother Adams were talking about a situation where a bull dyke came up to him with her hands, came up to her with her hands in her pocket.
Right?
And I guess my question is, if she would have came out with a knife, we got to defend ourselves, right?
Yeah, we definitely got to
okay.
defend ourselves.
Okay.
Right? It's been plenty of things that ain't get uploaded. You know? Salaki, was you finished? Or you about to say something else?
I'm finished.
Okay.
My other question was, can we fast in the midst of these 8 days while we
That's a feast.
so
Feast.
every day?
It's a feast day, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We gotta keep the feast day.
Oh,
Gotta eat good.
that's right.
That's right. Lord, brother.
Right.
Yeah.
You still gotta keep the Sabbath in terms of kindling fires on the Sabbath day, right? Today and yesterday and today.
Come. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 8. I'm from chapter 2. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 2 and verse 23, right? I start at 22. For what hath man of all his labor and of the vexation of his heart wherein he hath labored under the sun? For all his days are sorrows, and his travail grief. Yea, his heart taketh not rest in the night. This is also vanity. There is nothing better for a man. Nothing better for a man than what? Than that he should eat and drink. For what? And that he should make his soul enjoy good in his labor. This also I saw, that it was from the hand of God. For who can eat, or who else can hasten thereunto more than I? For God giveth to a man, in his eyes wisdom. Paraphrase. Right, so straight like that, man. That's good. That's of the Lord. That's from the Lord. Right?
Real quick, last one, because this is like my first feast of dedication, right? How do you kind of eat good on a Sabbath? Because the only thing I know of or I can think of is like kind of cereal, you got sandwiches.
Brother, you can cook, brother. You can cook.
I bet you couldn't cook on the Sabbath.
Well, it's a feast day, so you got to keep the feast day.
Okay.
Right, so if it fall on a feast day, so like if it fall on the Sabbath, you got to keep the feast day. Right?
Okay.
So you got to eat good in this thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm married to you. got a precept? Bring it up.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 33 and verse 8.
Right?
By the knowledge of the Lord, they were distinguished, and he altered seasons and feasts. Some of them had he made high days.
Right, some of them have he made high days. Right, like today, the Feast of Dedication. Right? It's a high day,
That's
man.
right. That's right.
Not an average day, man. That's not your average damn Tuesday in the world. Read.
And hallowed them. And some of them hath he made ordinary days.
There are some days just ordinary, right? You gotta, just wake up in the day, go to work, come home, wash, eat, read. That's an ordinary day, right? But then you got feast days. Bring it up. So, right, chapter 14 and verse 13, right? Do good unto thy friend before thou die, and according to thy ability, stretch out thy hand and give to him. Defraud not thyself of the good day, Proverbs 3 and 20. and let not the part of a good desire overpass thee. Right? Don't let these things escape you, man. It's a good day. Enjoy yourself, right? Don't be over righteous, so don't think too deep into things, man. Enjoy yourself in righteousness. Shalt thou leave thy travails unto another, and thy labors to be divided by lot? Give and take, and sanctify thy soul, for there is no seeking of dainties in the grave. There's no seeking of dainties in the grave, man. You gotta live it up now while you still can. Righteousness, man. Straight like that, man. Right? Got another question?
Nah.
I wanted to talk about. I want you to kind of freeze it a little bit. Sorry.
It's the lad.
So I was wondering if you can give me clarification of Yahweh's beasts of the sea. What is? Yes. What is the role?
Give me the book of Job, chapter 41, and verse 1.
It's the book of Job, chapter 41 and verse 1. Here we go. Canst thou draw out Leviathan?
Right, so the Lord asking you a question that you just not going to get the answer to, man.
Right.
No one can draw out Leviathan, man. Right? Can't nobody just put a damn hook in the sea and kind of rake them out of there, man. It's not going to happen, man. Right? We don't?
Canst thou draw out Leviathan with an hook, or his tongue with a cord which thou lettest down?
Right?
Canst thou put an hook into his nose, or bone, or bore his jaw with a thorn?
Right, so you got to understand, it's a lot of men saying Leviathan isn't real, right? This is not true, right? It's all a parable. right? Now the Lord did say that double to that which is in the scriptures in the book of Job 11:6. We understand that, but this is physical, man, because you can read about the account when he was born on a specific day, right when the Lord created him in the book, right? In 2nd Esdras, man, the 6th chapter. We about to get that next, bro. I'm gonna finish that.
Will he make many supplications unto thee? Will he
Right,
speak?
meaning, is he going to damn say, well, can I come over here or can I come to the East Coast, to the West Coast? Read.
Will he speak soft words unto thee? Will he make a covenant with thee? Wilt thou make him for a servant forever? Wilt thou play with him as with a bird?
Right, you can't play with Leviathan like you play with a bird, man. It's no telling how big Leviathan is, man. It's no telling how deep the sea is, man. Right, you got 7 mighty mountains that you read about in 2nd Esdras, the 2nd chapter, man, that we have not even seen, man. They are all places on this earth. I'm led to believe we only know about 10% of the earth.
Right.
I mean, we have to.
Right.
There's no way in hell we know all of the earth. The so-called white man's a liar, man.
That's right.
There's caves, islands, drones, and hills. Where the hell is Behemoth at, man?
Right.
Like, give me that in Job 40 and 15.
It's the book of Job, chapter 40 and verse 15. Behold, now, Behemoth, which I made with thee, he eateth grass as an ox.
Right?
Lo, now his strength is in his loins, and his force is in the navel of his belly.
Right?
He moveth his tail like a cedar.
Hey, he got a tail in this thing. Like your modern day dinosaur. That's where Esau get all of this stuff from.